If you think a river is flowing water, a flop is one of life's failures, and a chip is something to eat, then you need to stay tuned. I'm Roxanne Ciordia, and this is the PartyPoker.com European Open 3.
The race is on for a $125,000 first prize. Celebrities took the floor. It was Anthony Hutton going into the main draw, where he was cruelly duked out by takeaway Dave Gregory. The defending champion, the Razor Ian Fraser, was back to defend, but he had to give back the trophy as gutshot qualifier Nasty Nick Purcell sent Nathan Lee and the Razor to the rail. Sparks were sure to fly with General Patton in town, and though the Greek Fish had marshaled his men, they were all fended off by the fencer Scott Fenton. Who's next to the semis?
Jesse, it's been a fantastic tournament so far.
It has been. I mean, the celebrity heat just got things off to a roaring start. And Anthony Hutton to come through there and then really nearly dominate his first heat was exciting. But Ian Fraser, out of this tournament, the defending champion, I thought he played flawless, but just goes to show you.
Who should we be looking out for in tonight's tournament?
Well, you have to be watching John McGill. 12th place in the World Series of Poker main event this year. Out of 9,000 runners, he won $1 million. That's just poker skill right there. So he's got a little bit of experience in this format. I want to see how he's going to do.
What about Barry Hearn? He has the best record of any other player in this tournament.
Well, Barry Bazza Hearn is one of my favorite players of all time in this format. In this particular tournament, he got 3rd place last year, 2nd place the year before, so you have to think he's up for another final table finish at least. But you know Bazza, he wants the trophy.
Well, we're definitely all looking forward to tonight's game. And remember, there's only one thing that counts: winning. We have 12 heats with 6 players in each heat. Only one winner from each table will move on to the semifinals. In those semis, 2 tables with the top 3 players will take their chips on to the final table. $360,000 prize pool and $125,000 going to the winner.
Here come the 6 for this evening's heat of the European Open, sitting down at the table, and 5 will be walking out the door when this one's done. This is going to be a great heat, and of course, Big Bazza Hearn. I don't think there's a player in the world who has an impressive a record in this format as Barry Hearn, but what's really going to get his juices flowing, Bazza likes to sit down against the best, and one of them right now, certainly there in the red shirt, John McGill, 12th in the world this year out of 9,000 runners, winning $1.1 million. That will be a lot of fun to watch. This game, of course, starting out like the others, each player getting 100,000 in tournament chips. The yellow's worth 1,000. The blues are 2. The red's worth 5K apiece. You must get every one of the 600,000 in play in order to progress to that semifinal round. Jesse May joined in by the bookie, Anthony Hardy. And Anthony, have you played with any of these fellas before?
Yeah, I played with Barry Hearn in the Party Poker den, and I got heads up with Barry, and God, was it a battle.
He's tough, isn't he?
He is tough to beat, and he's done very well in these single 6-seater shootouts. So
this is Dave Garbatz. Got very unlucky in this tournament last year. I think he got it all in with Ace-Jack against Ace-Jack, and lost out to a flush, so he feels like he's got some revenge on his mind.
That's cool.
And it's like a limp in from Johnny Greek in the small blind, and McGill says, give a free flop. What do you think McGill is going to be? He knows everyone's got it in for him, doesn't he?
yeah, he's the target man, really. Obviously, he would be the favourite in this event, Jesse.
Check.
Check.
Go on, check, check. They've both got a bit of a draw here. If one hits their pair, the other will hit a straight. But ace high is leading right now.
Check.
Check.
And McGill is not going for it. Do you think it's because the pot... Look, now they've both hit something. McGill's got the straight.
4,000.
Is there any way McGill is going to respect a flush, or is he raising?
He can come over the top here, Jesse.
I mean, Johnny Greek has every right to think his pair of aces is good, and McGill
Raise.
hasn't put a chip in the pot
Raise.
yet. He has raised.
14,000.
And that's a
10,000
big
more,
raise.
14
McGill's
total.
really trying to stick it to Johnny Greek,
Pass.
who's laid it straight down. They don't call one pair when there's a possible straight out there in Newcastle. And the Irishman is the chip leader. Would you like the chance of winning a trip to Las Vegas? Roxanne is here to tell you how.
Have you ever dreamt of playing poker with the big boys in Las Vegas? Well, here's your chance. You could win a holiday for two, including flights, accommodation, and £500 spending money. All you have to do is answer this question. Who won the World Series of Poker in 2006? A. Phil Hellmuth, B. Jamie Gold, or C. Gus Hansen? You can enter by going to www.5.tv/poker. Entrance must be over 18. Competition closes at midnight on the 22nd of May.
Check out all you need to know about poker on our website, www.5.tv/poker. You can find out all you need to know about how to play the beautiful game and test yourself in our quiz to see how good a player you really are. Plus, there are news for the tournament and details of the players.
The Jokers has cards at the moment, but
Pass. Pass. Pass.
This game feels like it's on training wheels right now, doesn't it?
Just wind.
Just waiting to explode.
6,000.
Raise to 6,000 total. Pass.
And, oh,
Call.
has Cleary caught McGill speeding here? McGill has raised it to 6,000. Ian Cleary has just called, and now John has outflopped him.
6,000.
What's that bet about?
Testing the water.
John McGill's having a hard think.
Call.
Yeah, he's just deciding there whether to flat call Jesse or to perhaps put a small raise in.
It's a bit of a dangerous flop, isn't it? There's a lot of draws out there. I mean, there's every chance that Ian Cleary could get this through.
6,000.
Yeah, what McGill's doing here though, Jesse, is just letting Cleary hang himself really.
If you were McGill, would you stick a raise in here?
The flat call, Jesse, is so powerful in this game. You know, everyone thinks, oh, you've got to make moves, you've got to re-raise. A flat call is just very, very powerful.
John McGill feels the same way. And here comes the river. Cleary's drawn dead to an ace, basically.
He is.
I was going to say, what if it comes something that makes
He's
it
got
draw?
involved. He's got involved now, Jesse.
6,000.
That might be a bit of a defensive bet.
interesting variation on
I
betting.
think McGill just calls here, Jesse.
Yes.
I don't think he'll come over the top.
Baz hurts. He's watching these guys like a hawk.
Can't pack at this stage. Call.
Call. Okay, gentlemen.
John McGill seems a bit bemused by the end there. Has he played it well?
He's played it very well because he hasn't risked any chips at any stage in this hand.
Thanks. No.
Showdown, a pair of nines on the river, not good enough. McGill had the kings all the way, and that'll take the mustard. Well, John McGill, by virtue of two pots early on here, has vaulted to the lead, and that's going to send a message to the rest of the table.
Yes, Jesse. I mean, this guy is a class act. I was out in Vegas with John McGill, and the Europeans probably had one of their worst ever years over in Vegas, and what he achieved was absolutely fantastic.
Being in the limelight has certainly put the pressure on.
There is pressure on. They're expecting you to be a really good player, but I can play the game okay, but without the wee bit of luck, you're in trouble, do you know what I mean? But there is a certain amount of theory and all that. I have all that, not say down to a T, but fairly well tuned in, but it's a case of if you're not feeling lucky, you know what I mean, you're not going to do good. But at the minute I feel very lucky, I think, and I put a wee bit extra pressure on myself, and I feel good when I'm under pressure. I like being put under pressure, so that's what I like about the game.
Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. And it is John McGill with the nose in front. Here comes Greek under the gun. Flipping for 2,000. I know we've only played 6 hands, but Johnny Greek has already limped twice. Do you think the other players are going to fix in their mind that maybe, you know, a limp by him is not a strong play?
Raise.
Yeah, no, what that would tell me, Jesse, is that he wants to see some flops. He wants to get some play out of the event.
To 12,000 total.
And is that why McGill is
Pass.
raising here with the ace-5 suited, to trying to
Pass.
isolate maybe?
Yeah, he's trying to find out the strength
Pass.
of Johnny the Greek.
Pass.
It's a fairly big raise, 10,000 more here for Johnny Greek.
He's going to have to put this down.
Pass.
He's such a bully. He's such a spoilsport.
I didn't want yous, I didn't want anybody.
Nice to have a good friendly game of cards, and along comes, you know, Bertie Big Knots. 12th in the World Series, he starts throwing it around like we don't know what.
It's all luck, Barry, that's what I'm saying. Just
You
a
get lucky in the hand. Don't get
just a
lucky over
lucky
7
guy.
days, do you? Don't get lucky over 7 days.
I was very lucky. 12th luckiest player in the world.
1.1 million reasons to disagree with you.
A lot of people say McGill was the 12th best player in the world this year. Others say he was the 12th luckiest.
Call.
It's a matter of opinion.
Don't mention the PartyPoker monster.
Oh, I want to look back on this one.
Raise.
No, Dave don't care.
Broke out
And,
in a new place.
6,000 total.
John
Pass.
McGill, perhaps Barry Hearn has put him off limping in with the King-9 suited. That's a bit
Pass.
lackey days ago, isn't it?
It certainly
Pass.
is.
And Garbats is going to make him pay right away. 1,000.
This is unusual, this hand, Jesse. All 4 kings are out.
Don't mind.
You don't mind?
It's 4,000 on McGill. Yeah, amazing. We're not going to be seeing a
I'll
king on the
just see a
flop.
flop.
Call.
And I'll check on the blind.
Okay, check on the blind.
Dear, oh dear, not the old check on the blind routine.
Oh, that's good news for McGill.
Okay, to yourself.
He's hit his pair. 2 9s beating the king high. Though a 10 or a jack would make Garbats the best.
Garbats is betting.
6,000.
So that was it. You should have bet clear in your throat.
Does McGill know where he's at?
He doesn't. He could put this down at this early stage, Jesse. He might not want to get involved. If he calls the first bet, you know, he's probably got to call the other 2.
Call.
That flat call
Gonna
again.
go again.
Yeah.
Check on the blind.
McGill does seem to be playing anti-aggressive.
That might slow Dave up, because he might feel that now that McGill's got a queen and he's trap checking him.
Checked, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think Garbats would be happy for a free card here.
12,000.
That's strong.
McGill might pick up, though, that Dave is actually weak in this hand, and you know, perhaps it's a bit too early to come over the top, but he's obviously a very good reader of players.
Would Garbats have bet similarly here if he had had a queen?
Texas.
Oh, wow. Is he going for a reach again?
I think he knows that Garbage isn't that powerful.
Call.
Well, obviously, McGill's best play would have been a raise there. The call does open the door for Garbats to get out of it here. 10 or jack is what he needs. And that third diamond is looking dangerous.
I think we'll see him check here, Dave.
He's going to just dog it at the end here.
Yeah, and if McGill bets, then he's... Or if McGill bets, he's going to think he's got the queen.
Well, this must be a defensive bet, not a value bet by McGill if he does put it in.
No, I think he realises that Dave's actually put him on a queen. He's going to bet this, Jesse. He's just weighing up how much.
25,000.
John McGill has played this hand funny, but it looks like it's going to work.
I don't think he can call. I don't see how he can call this bet.
Well, he's only got king high.
He's either got to pass or come over the top.
It's almost like McGill is giving the rope for Garbats to hang himself with. It's a pretty big bet for a defensive bet, isn't it? It was 25,000. It's a bit odd, wasn't it?
Giving him all the chips.
I mean, but John McGill has just won 3 big pots on the trot. The last one with the king-9 suited under the gun. I guess, you know, it's like the pages of a superhero magazine. Looking at the leaderboard, John McGill, boy, he's played half the pots and won every one he's played.
Yeah, never ever putting his chips at risk, Jesse. That is a sign of a very good player.
He's taken them pretty evenly from everybody. And that would be McGill's plan, the perfect storm so far.
Yes.
We're only 11 hands in.
It's better when you shoot
Chip
them
and
down
shop
yourself.
till no one has a leg to stand on.
Pass.
6.
Raise to 6,000 total.
Triple the bet from Cleary with the hook and dame. And the flying fin folding in.
Pass. Pass.
Ian Cleary
Pass.
has raised this to 6,000 with the queen jack offsuit. And it's up to McGill in the big blind, who's got a very big hand.
Let's play cards.
Now, why
Oh.
just call?
As I said to you, the flat call is one of the most sort of dangerous calls in poker because your opponent never knows where he is.
McGill using it well. And now John McGill
8,000.
is really making the exact same move that Ian Cleary made on him earlier.
Cleary's going to call this.
Cleary's outflopped McGill with the 2 jacks.
Unless he books in for ace-king, that's the only thing.
Pass.
Wow. That was a very disciplined fold by Ian Cleary. Do you think he folded because he was just imagining what'll happen on the turn if I call?
No, I think he folded because it was John McGill, and I think he feels that he's probably going to get outplayed when the turn and the river cards come.
McGill's cat sitting cute and patient. It's been a long road for John McGill.
It started 35 years ago, and I was on holidays with me and my brother. Went to my great aunt Margaret's house for the summer, and in the evenings there wasn't much to do. She had no electric in the house. We were oil lamps, and we learned to play penny poker, and that was my first introduction into playing cards.
What a year it's been for John McGill. 12th place in the World Series, a $1.1 million payout.
The highs, obviously, it's the World Series. I was very lucky, I have to say. Some guys say, oh, you're the 12th best player in the world. I'm the 12th luckiest player in the world. That's just the way it is. You need luck to get through that competition. Everybody wanted to shake my hand, from I come back from the World Series. It's unbelievable. Like, I would go to church on a Sunday, quite religious, but everybody shaking my hand in the chapel and everything. It's unbelievable. Making a point to come over and say, well done, congratulations. Good to see somebody local getting some money, It's an overwhelming experience, I have to say. It really is.
Thrust into the limelight now. Is McGill a one-shot wonder or a new poker star?
My heart will be going through my chest. sitting there trying to look calm. It's great, boss.
Blinds up now to 2 and 4,000. Is that going to inject a little lifeblood in this game?
Yeah, the
Pass.
smaller stack players will have to start sort of getting more involved now.
Raise to 8.
Barry Hearn doubling the bet with the ace-7. Does Barry seem like he's trying to just
Pass.
force it just a little bit to get involved?
Yeah, normally Barry's sort of a bit more laid back with his cards, but yeah, I
Pass.
think he's worried because I think he feels John McGill's getting away.
Call.
You know.
Yeah, you have to keep up, don't you?
Yeah, here's another one of those situations. You know, Barry's called with the ace rag again, Jesse.
Yeah, Cleary's got the better ace before the flop, but now that they've both missed,
Check.
you do wonder
Yeah.
if,
Check.
I was going to say, if Hearn could wrest the advantage with naked aggression, but he's just knuckled it. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
That was the worst card that Hearn could see.
If Cleary checks here, Barry's in trouble. He should check this.
8,000.
8 to call.
Cool.
Call.
Yeah, he's let Barry know that he's strong.
But Barry's called very quickly here. Hearn needs a 7. He hasn't hit it. And you wonder, how much can Cleary extract here?
Yeah, Cleary will make a small bet here.
8,000 again.
Well, that's
Ace call.
sure to get paid. Although, does it feel like a value bet now?
Barry will pay him off here. Cleary's feeling confident because his jack covers the board.
No, he folded!
That's a fantastic
I tell
pass.
you
What a
what.
pass that is. Wow.
He would not roll his window down an extra inch. Barry Hearn. God, he hates to give money away, doesn't he?
I'd have had to call that. I can't believe he's put that down.
You can find out more about poker by logging onto our website, www.5.tv/poker. Learn the rules, figure out the best hands to play, and test bluffing skills. You can also download video interviews with some of the game's best players.
Clear like those.
Call.
Tell you what, they talk about death by chocolate, death by limping. Surely, would even be more uncomfortable. But Cleary is having a go.
Pass. Pass.
Raise.
And Johnny the Greek has picked up another big hand here.
Raise to 18
He's had
in
the
total.
aces. He's had the ace king. Now he's had the queens.
Now he's got the queens, yeah.
It's 14,000 more, do you?
What's McGill got?
Oh,
wow.
Oh gosh.
We've seen some hands in this heat, haven't we, Jesse?
Well, this is a sick puppy right now. I think this dog is gonna hunt. And look at poor Cleary's percentage there. The queens are out, the aces are out. He's got ace queen. What do you imagine is gonna happen from here?
Well, McGill's putting the
Oh.
raise. Cleary could come back over the top here.
It's been a raise and a re-raise to him.
14 more, yeah?
Yep.
Only.
Oh, John McGill is just smooth called with these aces. What's that about?
Oh, that is incredible. Sorry, I thought he'd raise there with the aces. I would have raised there with the aces.
And Cleary is trapped in here like
Oh.
a duck. I mean, why would McGill smooth call? Obviously, he doesn't think Johnny Greek is that strong, does he?
No.
And I'll tell you what, there's some sick flops that could come out right now. That's not one of them. That could, I was going to say, really get Ian Cleary in trouble. But I don't see how Johnny Greek's going to get away from this.
No, and if McGill checks this, then Johnny Greek will probably bet it.
Check.
Well,
Check.
the only good news for Johnny Greek right now is that if he does bet it, Anthony, I mean, there are a lot of hands that would have called
25
before
to
the
call.
flop that beat him now, aren't there?
He's trapped him here, Jesse. McGill's trapped him.
You know,
You know,
that-
he's making out, he's thinking, oh, has he hit any part of that flop?
The bet is 25,000.
It's just a question of whether he'll flat call this, Jesse, or whether he'll come over the top.
All in.
I think he
Raise
said
all
all
in.
in, Jesse.
Fold.
Flat call not in McGill's arsenal right now, probably because of Ian Cleary, I guess.
I don't think Johnny the Greek can get away from this, Jesse. I think he's got to call it with having the overpair.
I mean, obviously he can't put McGill on the aces, but could he put him on something like 2 7s, 2 8s, 2 9s?
No, I think he calls this.
Is it too big a possibility that McGill has something like 9 10 or 8 10 and
He could
he's
put
drawing?
He
Yeah.
could put McGill on a pre-raise flop of ace king, couldn't he?
It's going to cost all of Johnny Greek's chips.
I don't think he can get away from it.
I mean, there are several hands that McGill could have that he could beat, aren't there?
There are, but I just think Johnny the Greek's going to book him for ace king.
Call.
He's going to go all
He
in.
has called. And Johnny Greek says, I was trussed up like a
little
turkey
better
there.
when they're down in
No
front
way
of
he can
the
get
green.
away from it, he says.
You have to ask for them.
And the unfortunate thing here right now for Greek is that obviously Cleary folded a queens. There's only one in the deck for him. He's almost got just as good a chance as trying to get running cards for a straight.
Sit there with a pair of eights and call that lot.
This could be all over before it starts. If McGill can make this hand hold, he will be huge chip leader.
6 for the split. You'd take that now, wouldn't you?
No, definitely. Well, I'd have to complain about that. I mean, I'd have to say no, not from
Go on then. Let's see a 6. I'm
Needs to
enjoying
be
the
a
company.
6 or queen. It's not.
Hello.
And this is the end, my Greek friend, Johnny Greek, first man off the tundra.
Oh Jesus! Now he's going to be obnoxious now. You know, he's going to be unbearable.
I'm never.
You're going to be unbearable. Pushing chips in all over the
I'm
place.
just a nice guy.
The man they didn't want to have the chips, the bully in red, John McGill, has got the lead 5-way. There's storm clouds, but will he rain?
I'm Roxanne Ciordia, and this is the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. Whether learning the game or mastering the art of poker, take note because it's Europe's finest. Back over to the table.
Well, this was quick. It's only taken 21 hands, and McGill's got half the chips.
Yeah, he's really starting to take command now. The others really need to get involved, otherwise he's going to win this heat very easy.
I mean, Tantu there, he's in second place, basically only by virtue of the fact that he hasn't locked up with John McGill yet. That's
I'm going to just switch mine.
second
Now I've
place
not
is
got
the
any
guy
money.
that hasn't
I'm gonna
tangled
switch
with the
these
chip
over here. They
leader.
might get a bit luckier than they were over there.
What?
I'm not trying to get them away from you.
What's the strategy if you're sitting there and you're Dave Garbotz or Barry Hearn?
Well, basically, if you feel that John McGill's going to outplay you on the flops, Jesse, then you've got to gamble with him pre-flop really, and try and get an all-in heads up with him.
Call.
Call.
Still second level, so there's theoretically a lot of play in these
All right.
chips. But Barry
Raise
Hearn,
to 8.
is this an isolation bet right now? With the 2 5s making it 8,000.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, jeez. Well, this
Oh,
is
He's hit some cards, hasn't he?
this is like giving Little Red Riding Hood bigger teeth than the wolf.
He might flat call this though, really.
Well, the bet's only 8,000.
If he raises, he's going to lose Barry.
McGill thinking about his options. He does have a limp and a raise.
I'll raise.
Is there any amount where he could just get one caller, which is, I guess, the kind of action he'd want?
Possibly. I mean, normally Barry would put his hand down, but as he's quite low stacked, I'm wondering if he's going to gamble with him.
28 total.
8,000 plus
28
20
total.
more, and there is absolutely no way that any of these players could believe that McGill has a big hand
House.
again.
No, and if Barry books him for ace king,
House.
Tantu having a think. Tantu's Actually got the best shot at king cracking with the ace.
You can't call with ace rag.
It's 20,000 on Bazza.
Pass.
Does he want to eat crow now?
Does he want to gamble? That's what he's thinking. He might.
20 to call, is it? 28 to call.
28 in total, yeah. 20.
Can Barry call this bet, or is it all in or fold?
Could be anything. Could call. Could fold.
Move is to stick them all in.
Could be
yeah.
all in. He's just saying, you know, I don't know whether to stick it all in.
There's no doubt about that.
If he thinks McGill's got ace king, Jesse, I think he would gamble and put it all in.
Are you feeling really lucky?
12th luckiest guy in the world. Do you feel lucky?
No, not against you at the moment. No.
Wow, that was very
Pass.
mature
Yeah,
pass.
it's very, very
Only
good pass.
Only just one. eh?
Just one?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll take it, do you? Pick one.
That was good enough.
Okay. I'm a good guy.
It's better television. Oh, you missed the TV moment.
He's saying he's a good guy, but he didn't show him the other king.
No, it's
I
not.
mean, there's no way you can, a guy could get
Explain it
aces
anyway,
followed
you
by
lost the
kings.
live
It's
action.
too lucky.
Listen, Barry Hearn knew what he had. Don't worry about that.
Barry Hearn's been involved in all kinds of sports, most recently with Leighton Orient Football Club and boxing with Chris Eubank. But it all started out with Steve Davis and snooker.
I did have one huge strike of luck in 1974 when a young ginger kid walked into my life whose name was Steve Davis. And he turned out to be the best player in the world and also my best friend. And that's a slice of luck that opened doors, and from then onwards, both our friendship and the business has been successful.
Poker's really gripped Barry, and Barry's gripped poker as well.
You've got people like Chris Moneymakers won the World Series entering on an online competition. So the dream is there for everybody. You get the best hand, you can beat the best player. Now, you may not win a tournament on that basis, but everyone has a chance because Lady Luck does have a huge amount to play in it. And I just find the game is a mixture of a huge amount of skill, probably 25% luck, and a little bit of flair thrown in. It's like the topping on a Christmas cake, isn't it?
Bazza has a phenomenal record in this format. 7 final tables, including a runner-up finish in this event's first running.
When I go to bed at night, I dream about many things. As a kid, I always wanted to be heavyweight champion of the world. Later on, when I realised I couldn't fight, I decided I'd like to score the winning goal in a cup final. Then I decided I wasn't particularly good at football. And so the dreams just carry on. My current dream is World Series bracelet. Of course, every poker player wants to. And the great thing about it, whether there be 7,000, 8,000 or 80,000 runners, there has to be a winner. So why shouldn't it be me? Or you? Or the bloke behind you? Put it this way, if I go over the top of you all in, you're going to call me. So there's not even a doubt in your mind. So therefore, that was more worrying me than what you had.
Well, I had to let
Yeah.
you think that.
At the end of the day,
Well, you certainly
Barry,
did a good job on it.
Barry's saying at the best he would have been in a 50-50 spot, and he felt like maybe he obviously thinks he has a better chance that he can play himself out of it.
Exactly, yeah. He booked John for the overpair, and if he feels he's got the overpair, then he's got a pass. He's made a good pass.
Pass.
I'm not a bad fella. Don't make out to be a bad fella.
Carbots on the button.
I'm one of the good guys.
Pass.
Cool.
Call.
If nothing else, a sign perhaps
So,
that it's
Check.
not desperation straights yet. Limp in for me and Cleary and Tantu, trapping with the ace here and the free flop. Uh-oh. Big flop for both players.
Check.
Cleary's flop 2 pair. Tantu, the nut flush draw and a wheel draw.
I bet this. I bet
8.
this. And Cleary comes over the top here. There's going to be a raise here, Jesse.
They're not playing with that many chips. It's bet, raise. If it goes re-raise.
There's definitely going to be a raise.
15 more to call. Call.
And Tantu with the quick call. A lot of people would have re-raised there, wouldn't they have?
I move all in there with Cleary's chips. I don't allow him to hit a heart. I think if he moves all in, he passes 10-2.
That is pretty much the worst card from Cleary's point of view.
That is a scare card. And he's going to now give Tantu another free card to hit the hearts or hit an ace.
Check.
I think Tantu could have won it there. I mean, Cleary feeling like his 2 pair is counterfeited here. And
he's just hit it.
you know, interestingly enough, do you think it's preying on Tantu's mind that that pair of the board
Check.
might have given Cleary a full house?
100,000.
Yeah, he bets here
20.
and Cleary folds here, Jesse. The 10 saved him. The pair of 10s on board saved him.
Too much danger there.
He's bluffing.
Wow.
Fair
Pass.
play
You're
to him if he
bluffing,
is.
aren't you?
Too much danger, says he and Cleary.
Shows one card.
You
I'm
know,
not showing anymore.
I tell you what, you just show me yours.
it just seems like there were a lot of ways World Ships could have gone here.
Sounds like we was back at school.
Yeah, back at school. Trouble. Trouble.
Tantu taking
Yeah,
that with the heart on the river. And he and
Just
Cleary managing to stay in. He's on the free roll, he is, 30 pounds. Trying to win about thereabouts of a $360,000 prize pool. Garbats, is that enough to move with? He's got about 67,000 in front of him. What's his mindset?
Pass.
Pass.
Cool.
Call.
Been from Cleary. He does like to look at flops. Then again, I do.
Pass.
And Barry seems to like a small pair at the
Oh.
moment, Jesse.
He has played a lot of them. He's been allowed to see the flop cheaply, though, Hearn. I mean, hasn't cost him that much, but it all adds up, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
And McGill's been so aggressive from the big blind.
No worries.
He really takes his time, John McGill, doesn't he, with every decision?
Yeah, he's a thinking man.
And little something for both Hearn and McGill.
Check.
Of course, 3 would make Baza a straight. McGill's got the best hand with the 4s. Is he? If I was going to say, is he better off betting here to see if somebody has the ace, or checking to see if
call.
Cleary does?
Yeah, he's betting here. He's testing the water, and Cleary and Hearn have got a fold.
I guess the idea being that Cleary can't really stick another chip in the pot without an ace.
No.
Fold.
They've both got a fold here. Oh, I'm really
Call.
shocked there, Jesse. He's calling for a middle pin 3 here,
What?
Barry.
Is there any way Barry can convince himself that McGill doesn't have an ace? Perhaps McGill would have raised with an ace before the flop. I don't know.
I can't see why Barry's fishing for
Check.
cards. He's low stacked. He doesn't need to. You know, he's gambling. He doesn't need to gamble.
Does he feel like he can bluff this and win?
I mean, if McGill checks here, Barry could bet on the turn, on the river. Sorry.
McGill's trying to get a read off Barry, who's gone statue mode right now. And I think McGill's going to see how long Barry can hold that pose for.
I think McGill actually thinks Barry's trap checking him.
I'd like to bet that Barry can hold the pose as long as McGill can sit there and swivel. I don't know. I think McGill's realized that now.
He's checked it. Barry can get him off this hand now.
You got your own fur trapper's hat on, have you?
Me? No, not me, son. Just happy to be here on the day, enjoy myself.
I've got a feeling, Jesse, Barry is going to bet this on the river.
Not.
Well, there is 32,000 out
Your old
there.
hat on.
Don't
So
you
do-
believe it?
He's
I don't
first to
think
speak. A 7 gives a straight.
Yeah, it sure does.
I think he's going to bet this.
Old fur trapper, you.
This would be clever play.
Check again.
He's checked it.
You're definitely. There's something. I smell of rats, big time.
Wow, Hearn did
Definitely.
I'll have to
check.
change my deodorant.
Ah.
Wow, I wonder if Hearn has let this one get away from him.
He's missed an opportunity here.
Although
I feel he has anyway.
Okay, I'll give you 20,000.
This is
20.
so kind of you.
He
Fold.
can't call.
Want to pick one?
No. I am getting fed up with getting beat up by you.
Right.
have you been bitten by the poker bug? You could be playing in Las Vegas. Here's Roxanne to tell you how to win our competition.
Would you like to jet off to Las Vegas to play poker at the Bellagio, shop at Caesar's Palace, and overlook the city from the stratosphere? You could win a holiday to this amazing city, including flights and accommodations for two and £500 spending money. All you have to do is answer this question. Who won the World Series of Poker in 2006? A. Phil Hellmuth, B. Jamie Gold, or C. Gus Hansen? You can enter by going to www.5.tv/poker. Entrants must be over 18. Competition closes at midnight on the 22nd of May.
Last time I pushed them, I got two blokes, both had a pair of aces. I mean, someone's trying to tell me something here.
We have seen a lot of big hands out tonight, haven't we?
That's true. And you end up with a
Amazing.
winning hand.
Yeah, exactly.
6,000 now on Mikatantu.
Pass.
And Hearn
All in.
of the exact same mind frame that Cleary was last hand.
Yeah, Barry's decided to gamble here. All he's really seen tonight, Barry, is three small pairs.
It always happens.
God. What is it? 10, 20.
29,000 is a
29,000 total.
bit different
Do
than.
you want to call?
He's not going to gamble here. This is
To
just,
be honest
he's
with
just
you,
psyching Barry
the way
out.
it's gone today, I'm quite certain if I get a call, the caller's going to beat me. So therefore, I don't want to
So that's
call.
what
He's
feeling
enticing
too.
a call
Yeah,
with Jesse
I know.
Barry.
It's just one
Wants
of
a
those
call.
days where I think if I had a pair of 12s, you'd beat me.
There's no way John
But
could
then
call
you
this.
did come 12th in the world.
12. Okay, on that note, we'll go out.
Pass.
It's a good way for the guy at the end to double up as well,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, it's only going to be about 20,000 on
Pass.
Cleary,
Easy. See?
and he quickly folds.
I could wait hours for a hand over 10-7. Okay.
That
Play my
nine.
next blind.
If you're 10-7, you'd one of my cards.
Our blinds were all in down.
All in right. There you are, two boys all in, win two hands. It's easy.
Two all-ins of one. Still 5 ways, but it's getting very desperate out there. I don't think McGill's lost a hand he's played tonight.
Pass.
No, he hasn't lost one pot this evening.
Pass.
And does Garbats have enough
Raise.
chips to gamble with
Raise.
this hand? He's got 60,000.
30,000 total.
And with 13, ooh, Cleary's got a decision.
Pass.
Cleary must have been thinking he didn't have enough to put. You think that was a raise there?
Well, when you're low stack, Jesse, and you hit a pair, yeah, I do think it's a raise.
Call.
This could be a bit of a mistake from Tan2. He decided to look at the flop, or is it not? I mean,
No, the amount of chips he's got, I think he's hit the ace now anyway, but I think he feels he could get Dave off this hand anyway, even if he missed his flop.
Check.
Check.
Garbats in trouble here. The trouble being.
I'm all in.
Oh, that's a great
Okay.
bet from Garbats. That might be the only bet that can win him this pot.
He calls this, Jesse.
There's a lot of hands that Tan2 is drawing nearly
that count?
dead
I
against.
I think Tan2's going to call this, Jesse.
Is the bet too so big that it looks weak?
Yeah, I just feel he's going to call it. He went all in so quickly.
Dave Garbats has 8 high. And Mika Tan2 has it.
I think if he thinks through the action and what happened, he's folded.
Pass.
Oh, I can't believe that.
I think it was a great bet
It
by
was
Garbats. What courage!
That was a great bet, but it was so quick, wasn't it?
It was quick.
Couldn't blink, and but the chips were in.
He is a little bit.
It was so foolhardy. It looked strong.
Usually you find
Or
people
maybe
sell
not.
second-hand cars on
Maybe
those.
Garbats just picked his customer right.
So you want to make a big bluff? It's not just betting every single hand. It's not just recklessness that creates a bluff. What creates a great bluff is setting it up. And table image has something to do with that. So you wait, you play a good patient game, you wait until the time is right, until your opponents are weak, And then you make that great bluff. But you don't give it away. You don't start talking. You don't do anything differently than when you bet your strong hands. You want to put in the chips the same way you did the last time your opponent saw you with a strong hand. You want to make the same comments. You want to put your head in your hands the same way. Make sure everything matches. Because when you act the same way you did with a strong hand, the instincts of the other players say he has a strong hand. A bluff takes timing.
Well, we did say earlier, didn't we, that we feel Dave Cabacha's got the gambling
Yeah,
instinct.
you mentioned that. You mentioned that. As it is, a huge opportunity missed for Mika Tantu there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And, but I mean, you know, when you're calling with ace rag, Jesse, what you're calling to hit? You're calling to hit an ace on the flop.
Yeah, it's amazing. Tantu hit his card and still didn't
Raise.
call. And now John McGill
20,000 total.
getting back in the fray. I would say all these players are aware that McGill has yet to
Pass.
lose a hand. Uh-oh. No. You know, Tantu's had a lot of opportunities tonight.
You reckon you could go?
Pass.
I'm definitely have a word with you, mate.
But with King Jack, he just didn't want to.
I had 440,000, I think, was it? With
Oh
three
boy,
players
look at
left
those
on a
chips.
compared, so.
Can Barry allow the blinds to go
Yeah, but
through
that- the thing
him
with that- wasn't that
one
the
more
heat we held
time?
on
No,
Fantasy
not
Island?
at all.
Well, it was here.
I think he...
It was here. I'm not saying.
Barry will get involved in this round
I
at
lost,
some
I
point.
lost, I lost about 7 or 8 races. Unreal.
Well,
Unreal.
he's got an opportunity to get first in right now,
Pass.
Yeah,
and that's
All in.
plenty enough, isn't it? I think Hearn might have gone all in with either of those cards.
Damn it.
He might get a call here, though. Oh, it's definitely.
Well, the bet's 29,000.
It's hard, though.
so
With the man behind you,
Pass.
John can't call.
Cool.
Oh, dear.
boy.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Say good night,
He
Barry.
knows he's in trouble now, Barry.
Good night, Barry.
He said, oh, dear.
One here. One
Oh.
key.
Yeah, say
One
good night, Gracie, said Barry
Oh,
Hearn.
dear.
And
Only nines in that pack.
He caught a 9 earlier, actually, in a hand.
Nice
Do you
one,
remember?
baby.
this is a bit unfortunate. Hearn with the automatic all-in. Garbat's, of course, in tremendous shape right now. It is Hearn all in, and Baza needing to catch one of 3
Keep the
nines.
change. Keep the change.
That is not good. A jack would just end it. So what a king for that matter.
Very quiet. It's gone very quiet. It'll be quieter when I've left.
A lot quicker.
And that
Okay,
has
we'll take a
opened up
9.
On the 9 o'clock.
some split pot possibilities, Anthony.
Yes.
What do I want the 9 clubs for?
A 6
A 9
or a
clubs.
queen to
Any-
split
any
the
nine.
pot.
Or
Any
9 to
nine
win.
would be
Or
nice.
9 for Baza Hearn to win. Anything else, and he is trotting.
5 o'clock.
Be lucky.
Ace
Bye,
king
Barry.
holds.
Cheers, my friend.
Barry Hearn just
See you
never
later.
got going tonight. Opportunities far and few between. He's made every final table of this tournament, but not this year. Taken out by Dave Garbatz.
Barry, you're out in 5th place. I'm sure it's unexpected. What happened?
Well, it's disappointing, obviously. I got no cards. You know, this is quite an aggressive, short-handed game, fast blind structure. You need chips. And of course, the Irishman is piling up chips like the wall of China at the moment. And I knew I had to get involved, so I wasn't going to stay around and bore everyone to death. I was either going to get some chips in or leave the stage with my pride intact. But it's disappointing, and it does happen in this type of game. You go through periods where you have nothing to play with.
Looking at the leaderboard now, 4-way bookie. Is it still all John McGill?
I feel that out the other 3, I feel Dave Gabatz is John McGill's main danger because you know he is prepared to gamble.
Who's got the nerves, the desire, and luck on their side to win this heat? Find out after the break.
Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. 4 remaining on the table. One of them's going to the semifinals.
I've got a sneak for this fella, David Gabatz. I think he's going to end up heads up with John McGill, to be honest with you, and I think it's going to be a real battle.
Pass.
Well,
Raised all in.
Still, two players who have something to say about that, and one of them is all in. Ian Cleary for 25,000. And what is Tontu thinking about?
Pass.
It's only 19,000 now on McGill. What range of hands would he call with here?
Well, I would certainly consider calling it with most hands because, you know, he's taken another player out, Jesse. He must have a pretty bad hand, though, the way he's thinking.
Turns out he's
19,000 more if you
dominated,
wish to call.
but
He's desperate to call this. Don't worry about that.
is there an argument for not feeding the bears? McGill doesn't seem to think so. He can certainly
Doesn't
afford
really.
it.
Not any difference to my stack, does it? Bad cards, I don't really want to call.
He's in even worse shape than he thinks because the 7 is not live.
He's got to call, Jesse. He must call this. He takes another player out if he gets lucky.
I'm definitely behind, God's sake. Okay, let's go. Get away, fly.
Call.
Shoe flies shoe, but right now McGill trying to shoot Cleary
They're bad, but look
out the horny building.
So you're
And
under pressure.
he's in bad shape here, 28%.
I thought this.
Also, we've seen Nikatantu fold a 10, haven't we?
10's one of my favourite cards.
He's got more chance of hitting the straight, though, than Cleary.
He does, he does.
Oh,
And look at that.
A 9 now.
You
A 9 or a
called it.
10.
A 9 is the winner for John McGill. 10 would do the job as well.
Queen.
Anything else,
Still a 9 or a 10.
and Cleary will double
Aye,
up.
you
There's
have to
53,000 in
try.
there. This is pretty big for Ian Cleary.
Don't wanna
Yeah,
say
9 or a
to
10
try.
wins it for McGill. Puts Cleary
Don't
out.
ask for it, you won't get it. Nice hand.
Two queens with the ace.
Chip stack said.
Yeah.
And Ian Cleary, born in Leamington
Nearly innocent.
Spa. Playing poker for 2 years. This IT man is getting some QT right now.
I know, the last time I was here, that's 8 or 9 races in a row lost.
Better than the DTs anyway.
Reduced the stack a little bit.
Not much.
Although,
Yeah.
on getting knocked out, he might go for a
A
G&T.
bit longer.
I'm on MT. Cleary under the gun. And Cleary now, I mean, that double up pretty big. He could
Pass.
basically afford to wait a few rounds, can't he?
Yeah, it's giving him a little bit more ammunition, and
Pass.
no, I'm pleased for him.
18.
Raised to 18,000 total.
You know, McGill's cards, I want to say they've dried up, but I mean, he hasn't picked up a big pair in a while, but he hasn't stopped raising, has he?
No, I think he might get a small raise here from Gabatz.
What should Garbats do right now?
He should put a small raise in just to test the water. That's what I would be doing.
The bet is 18,000 right now. Garbats has only got 106.
25 more.
And he's done just what you've said.
Raised.
He's ended up sticking in
25,000 more.
about
He raised
40%
that
of his
all in.
stack. Quick all in from McGill. Very quick. Very, very quick.
Yeah, now that's going to make, well,
I just wonder, was Garbats raising there for information? And will he now take the hint, or is he committed?
I think he's pot committed.
He's getting about 5-2 on his money, I think.
You know, this guy is prepared to gamble, Jesse, this Gabatz. This is the thing.
You put in 25 with 18,
Any other
that's
player around the
40
table probably passes. Gabatz, I feel, will call this.
Why did John McGill move all in so fast?
That's what he could be thinking as well.
Was McGill not worried about a bigger ace?
Gabatz is just adding up his chips here, and he's thinking, if I do call, I double through.
All right. I never heard of that.
Does Garbats have enough chips to fold and still have a chance to play himself back into it?
He does. But I just feel he's going to gamble. Especially as McGill's such a big chip leader. He can pass and still have a good chance, but I just got a feeling he's going to call.
Decision of the heat for Dave Garbats. McGill has put it right on him.
Sorry to.
It's easy for us sitting here, Jesse. I mean, if you know, if we knew he had the ace-9, then if he knows he's got the ace-9, he calls straight away. He desperately wants to call it.
Longer and more he's thinking.
Okay.
I don't think it's making it.
No. The
Any
longer he's got
easier
to think,
for
I
him.
think it's going to fold.
Fold.
Yeah, tournament director
Pass.
Mad Marty Wilson put Garbats on the clock, and faced with that pressure, he's laid the hand down. McGill thunders on.
It's going to be 5 and 10,000.
We'll have
Thank
to
you
wait
once
and
again.
see
Thank you very
if
much.
that was the last gasp that any of these players would get. And John McGill, like a stormtrooper, Darth Vader of the table.
So you want to be a great poker player? This is what you're going to have to do. You have to play very patiently at the beginning of each level when the blinds are slow. And patience is important because a lot of people that get impatient bust themselves. You're going to have to make sure that you don't make mistakes, especially obvious, silly, or stupid mistakes. You're going to have to pay attention to the players across the table from you and look at them and know whether they're weak or strong. That's what separates the men from the boys. Finally, you're going to have to be able to take advantage of that information. When you see that they're weak, you're going to have to make big bluffs. And when you see that they're strong, you're going to have to fold strong hands. And that is the secret of no limit hold'em.
Well, if there's one new who knows, it's definitely Phil Hellmuth. Lines up now to 5 and 10,000. Cleary, short stacked right now. They're all short stacked. They're all short stacked, but John McGill.
Pass.
I would imagine McGill's just going to put pressure on no matter what he has here. That'll certainly qualify one it. This is a spot
Raise to 20.
where Garbats could really use. Oh, he's got a base.
He's got to come over the top here, Jesse.
Some
He's
might-
got to move all in.
Some might consider this automatic. Yeah, he's done it. Garbats is going to take a stand. And McGill hasn't even asked how much it is. He knows that he's got too much in to fold.
You're in the front.
Garbats is not in bad shape here.
No, this is what I wanted to see Garbats do, and I'd like to see Garbats win this hand because he is going to be McGill's main danger.
Thank you. I don't fancy my chances, actually. That's all.
The way things have been going, says Dave Garbats, he half expects to be drawn dead on the flop. And,
That's a nice start.
huh. This game is bent. Pair of queens for John McGill, and Dave Garbats now needing to hit the ace.
We'll run around of diamonds.
That's ugly. There's only 3 bullets in the deck for Dave Garbats. Or this gambler has thrown his dice against the backstop.
One card.
Too little,
Lucky.
too
Thank
late.
you. Nice playing with you.
And, well, Garbats has gone out like a lion there. He did a lot of good things tonight, but just couldn't really get going.
He did. He played really well tonight. He didn't hit any cards, and he's played poor cards well. And I'm sorry to see him go to the tournament, really.
We are 3 ways now. John McGill in the middle with all the moolah.
Well,
You know, they say you'd rather be lucky than good, but when a good player gets lucky,
yeah.
I mean, you may as well just pack up and go home. Although, as John McGill is pointing out to the other 2 players right now, Bookie, he's been in this position before and lost.
I know, and that will be going through his mind.
Button player for Dante. Ooh, that's what he was waiting for.
Call.
Call.
He's just limped in.
The Cowboys.
I have to say, I like this. Being that, you know,
Pass.
Tantu must feel like he has to gamble a little bit. Oh, no!
Oh dear, this is
Well.
going to be ugly.
Raise 30 in total.
Well, the only
20 more.
good news for Tantu is that he covers Cleary right now.
Yeah, he's not going to lose that many chips here.
Okay.
Probably half his stack.
All in. Call.
And, I mean, we've seen some unlikely holdings these days, but aces against kings three-handed
Thank God
is
I didn't make a move
pretty
there.
much walking down the driveway and finding a swimming pool. It's
Oh,
not what you expect. And that's not a terrible flop for Tantu.
It's
It is.
not.
It is Cleary all in, isn't it?
He needs a spade for the nut flush.
Yeah. Spade will knock Cleary out and make him feel most aggrieved.
Oh,
And
No help now.
no, that's drawing dead time.
Good night, nurse.
So game on here. The rub here is that even though Cleary's picked up a nice big hand, he couldn't do it against McGill. He just pretty much took the chips away from Tantu. Looking at the pie chart now, McGill still just sidling around and siding. He's got them double-fisted, and Cleary and Tantu have switched places.
Sometimes, Jesse, it's the hardest thing in the world, getting over the finishing line.
Yeah. Oh, would you have pushed there with the king 7 on the button?
No, but I'd push here with these queens.
Tell you what, Tantu, very clever,
Raise to 20.
and a minimum raise. Oh, I think Cleary's
He's gonna,
about to get
he's gonna
done.
call here.
Wow,
Call.
it's a good call.
It's a good call. It is a good call. He's played well there.
I would now have been knocked out from anybody's position in this hand. Cleary has hit the ace and the 4. And he may have played this in a way to get chips from McGill.
Check.
I would check this as well, Jesse. I would check here. He's done
Check.
it. Good check.
Oh, well done by Cleary. The Wolverhampton man is a wolf himself.
Oh, fantastic. If McGill checks, check again. McGill might fire.
Boys, John's really suspicious, isn't he?
If he doesn't book him for an ace or a king, Jesse,
Check.
check again, Cleary.
Check.
Good.
McGill is really suspicious. Surely he's got a bet now.
Check McGill.
Check.
Smallest bet.
20.
Call.
20. Call.
Perfectly played.
Yeah, it really was. It really, really was.
Absolutely brilliant play.
She got ace king.
Oh, I wouldn't be in there with
Cleary said you have ace king.
I
That's the
know he
one thing
did.
that could
I
beat
know he
him.
did.
I think this is Hold'em, isn't it? Not 6-card Omaha.
You want to be getting paid with them hands.
You do.
Big time. Can we go for 4 in a row? Go for a Yankee. Go for a Yankee.
Or we'll get stupid.
Talk about every grain of sand. Tantu does look like he's carrying the grains of sand.
Raise
He's
all
finally
in.
moved all in. Hallelujah.
Teaspoon. Well, good luck to him. He can beat any 2 cards that don't involve a pair at this juncture. Except, of course,
38 in total.
10 jack suited. Look at that. I don't know if Cleary is a favorite here. Maybe
We've already got
He's slight
10.
favourite.
is he?
28 more. Yeah.
I did not know that.
No. Well, I think it's pretty even, don't you?
The bet is only 28,000 more. Cleary all of a sudden has a luxury of riches. Says I can afford it,
Call.
and
luck.
Yeah, good luck, matey.
can't blame him.
The other good thing is he's got 2
2 over
overcards.
to beat. You don't think you're too.
It's pretty much a straight race. Yeah, he's he's 2 overcards with the ace 3. Huh? He's surprised to find out he's in such good shape.
That's why it's called a shootout.
He deserves a bit of luck, Tantu, doesn't he, Jess?
He hasn't got much of it. And he's not getting any right now. Tantu on the ropes.
Yeah.
The Finn. Can he win?
He's
Not
got
right
it.
now.
There's still some twos in there.
Yeah, no.
There's no chance
Well,
now.
Yeah,
Good night, nurse.
I think he's drawn dead here.
Shake hands.
Yes.
Last card don't matter.
Yeah.
Nice playing, Mickey. Good man.
Nice to make you make it.
Mika Tantu out in third, wigged out here. And we are head up.
Big call.
And it was Ian Cleary, who had been all the way down to about 25,000, who's back. He's only barely out chipped 2-1.
We're heads up. Don't go anywhere. The final 2 players' cards are dealt after the break.
Normally do.
For John McGill.
Lunchtime.
Business still unfinished. We're
Don't
heads
tell
up
me.
here, and McGill has been ahead from the start, but needs to seal the deal against
Well, yeah.
the last. It's Ian Cleary, for whom it's not about how he got here, it's about what he does from here. First time on TV, in for absolutely nothing. Can Cleary pull off the upset of his life? Looking at the tail of the tape. Pretty much been all McGill. He's won twice as many hands. He has twice as many chips. He's played twice as many hands. He's got at least twice as much experience. A real David and Goliath here, Bookie. Cleary has the benefit, anyway, of being at his highest chip total ever. I mean, he just hung in there all night, and now has enough chips that if he doubles up, he'll be more than chip leader. It's a kind of situation where anything could happen. How do you think McGill's going to attack this tactically, Bookie? Does he want to keep the pot small before the flop? Or does he want to just try and pound Cleary into the ground?
Well, I don't think he should attack it the same way as he attacked it last time, because last time, Jesse, he got heads up with an internet qualifier. Cleary's probably had about the same amount of experience. He said he's only been playing 2 years. So obviously, if McGill's playing against a fellow professional, it's probably easier than playing with someone who hasn't had that much experience, because they're harder to read.
Well, this hand, McGill has raised it 20,000 more from the button. They've both missed a flop. Cleary called with a strong king, and now McGill has but to represent the ace, it looks like, to win.
50,000.
Unless Cleary can dig something out of the depths.
Pass.
Which, I mean, there's no way. I mean, McGill's played the hand like an ace, isn't it?
He has, yeah. But in these situations, in these heads-up situations, Jesse, you must gamble. You must take the initiative. Otherwise, you're just going to be anted off.
Has Cleary sent a bit of a message there by just calling with the king-8 suited before the flop? A lot of players would have re-raised with it. He must feel like he's got the opportunity to play a little poker here, Ian Cleary. That's a pretty strong hand, pocket pair. Is it a raise from McGill? I imagine so.
I think it'd be a small raise.
Try 35 again.
Raise to 35,000 total.
2 face cards here for Cleary. The push all in.
He's got to come over the top here, Jesse. I think he's going to flat call, but he should come over the top. I'd move all in here.
He's done it!
Great move.
Cool.
And McGill's called. It's a race, but this is what Cleary wants to have happen, isn't it?
This is what he needed to do. He needs to double through. If he can double through here, he's got a great chance.
Ian Cleary all in and trailing. However, a 50-50 chance to get a huge stack. And
Six of diamonds.
I think Ian would have grabbed this with both hands at the beginning. Maybe not now. He needs a queen or king. It could be McGill going to the semifinals unless the picture hits the party.
Gets the heart pumping now, doesn't it?
It does.
That's no help. 6 cards in the deck for Ian Cleary. Wolverhampton is howling for a queen or king. Oh, John McGill does
Good
it.
game, short and sweet.
He cut through this field like cream corn.
He did, but clearly made the right play there, Jesse. You know, if he wins that last pot, you know, he takes a chip lead. He's been, you know, he gambled. He's been unlucky. Well played, John McGill.
The old right play, I think. Yeah.
This heat has been dominated by John McGill. He's now over with Jesse in the studio.
A steamroller was John McGill. They should have made him play the heat on one leg. Congratulations, John.
Thanks, Jesse. Thank you.
I mean, what are you going to do for an encore?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to romp right through the semi-final. But no, I had a lot of pressure on myself today. I put a lot of extra pressure on myself because I felt I had to perform well today after the World Series, and I thought, well, I'll go for it. But the cards come from it. It's like really, really lucky today.
It seemed like you played flawlessly. I mean, there was a lot of hands where you just extracted chips at every stage.
Yeah, well, I got a feeling, the same thing. I tend to get feelings sometimes. Got a wee feeling about 15 or 20 minutes in. Very nervous table again, except for Barry. And I was just fit to pick up some chips. And once you get a few chips, you know, you can do a bit of damage, you know.
You really can. Now, was it preying on your mind that the last time you played in this format, you got a big chip lead and gave it away?
It was really playing on my mind. I said, like, I was sitting in the same seat, seat 4. I had all the chips, over 400,000 with 2 guys left, and I finished 3rd. But I didn't want to. It helped me fold a few hands when we were down to the last stage. So I let them tackle each other, you know. So I've learned a wee bit from it.
What do you feel about form? Obviously, doing so well in the World Series this year. Do you think it's improved your game, or is it just given you a lot of confidence?
Well, confidence is a major part in the game. So I feel I have improved greatly. Like, and I do feel I'm getting another, I don't know if you want to call it a sixth sense or something, but I do feel I'm getting a feel for hands far better, and I am more confident in my game, and it's really helped me improve.
Well, congratulations again, John. A pleasure to watch you play, and a pleasure to see John McGill progress.
He came so close to conquering the world at the WSOP, and now McGill's back to claim the European crown. He takes the 4th seat at the semifinal. Join us next time for more on this exciting tournament.